So I love the something punk style of games. Cyberpunk is probably my favorite. With the not just the games, but the universe and the genre as a whole. But Steampunk runs a close second, depending on how it's implemented. So today we're playing a steampunk game called Steampunk Mechanic. I've played a little bit through, found some things to critique, but mostly found some rather interesting and excellent gameplay. And to give a very brief overview, the storyline seems to be that your grandfather, I think it was, is the what was a very well known mechanic in the steampunk world, and he has passed on, and he is now handing over to you. And yeah, that's where we are. We're gonna jump in, have a look at the gameplay, um, see if this is something you'd like to play. Obviously, there will be a link in the description, and then once we've had a brief look at the gameplay, then we'll run through some critiques as the standard second part of how we do things on this channel. So let us jump in and have a look at the game. I am currently muted because while there are sound controls at this stage of the game, they don't seem to work. I can't actually remove any of them. So let us jump in and play. We are playing the story mode. The saved story was from my testing, so story mode. Hopefully it starts us off at the beginning, and so it is. Right, plenty to read in this game. It tells you about a lot of things. It says, "Hello, my grandchild. It is I, your amazing but humble grandfather. What you are seeing is a pre-recorded projection of my past self, here to pass on a message to my favorite steampunk mechanic." So presumably we've been raised as a replacement steampunk mechanic, following Granddad around, possibly not in his workshop because we seem to be new to it, but anyway. If you are watching this, then my physical body is now gone from the world. I have decided to leave my workshop to you. You, who has always had a knack for building wonderful things, amazing creations, will go on to do incredible things in this ever-changing world. Grandfather seems a bit of a romantic, really. Do not be sad, all things must come to an end. I like the little anime detailing on his face. While my chapter in life has reached an end, yours is just beginning. And in order to start anew, we must do so on a good foot. This is Lil Droid. Beep boop. It will look after you and help guide you towards success. In return, I ask that you look after it as well. I wish you all the best, my grandchild. It is time for you to pave your way and make your mark. I mean, you could have helped me with that while you were still alive. I don't know. This is the best way. Anyway, I know that you will do great things. The recording comes to an end. And we have a key. The narrator says, "What's this? This must be the keys to Grandfather's workshop. Don't worry, Grandfather, I won't let you down." While the droid inspects his bauble. Right, so this is the workshop. This seems to be the place. What do you think, little droid? Beep boop. I wish I knew where to start. This place desperately needs some maintenance. Surprise! It is I, your amazing yet scheming grandfather. Let's just double check how we still recording. Yes. Granddad, you're back. I have returned somewhat. You see, I thought it would be incredibly wasteful to simply disappear without passing on all my masterful mechanical knowledge to my successor. What was once a simple recording is now a marvelously coded AI created by your amazing yet dapper grandfather. Beep! Welcome to your workshop. It's not as grand as it was back in the day, but not to worry. You'll have it spick and span faster than I can say, "Let the gears turn and the steam flow, grab your trusty wrench and hey ho, hey ho." Why, isn't this a sad thing to see? All reliable, my dependable generator has been out of commission for too long. It is time to change that, don't you think? Beep boop. I mean, the droid could be helping with that. All you need to do is add some coal to the fire and switch it on. So, the generator, we click on it to open the panel. More clicking doesn't seem to do much, even though it like highlights. We click on the coal, we get a piece of coal, we click and drag that across, put it in the fire, it flares up, and we click on it again and it wakes up. Oh my, it seems that the automaton inspector might still be functioning. Although something appears wrong with it, perhaps some dust is still lodged in its pipes. Give it a good old shake, why don't you? That's this thing, and we click on it a bit until it lights up. Now isn't that the spirit? Just the sound of cogs clanking and pipes rattling is enough to fuel the old tank. Beep boop. A client, you say? Alright, what I'm going to do here is click pause, see if we can... Okay, so it has remembered that the music should be off. So let us see if we can unmute the tab, maximize the screen again, and start play. Client, you say... Oh yes, this is... forgotten about that. This is the voice sounds. Oh, lo. Well, what are you waiting for? Go meet them in my old office before they have a chance to leave. So, we go back to the main area, and then up here on the left is the office. We can zoom in on the workshop or fiddle with the generator. And here is our office. We have a desk where we can look at our daily funds. We can go back to the workshop. We can leave eventually, but we'll light up. But this light is lit up, which means we have a customer. Well, Albie, I thought this place was out of business. I saw the smoke billowing out of that old chimney and figured I'd take a gander. I remember coming here when your granddad was still running the show, finest mechanic on this side of the steam belt. If you're even half as good as he was, I'd be bloody relieved. Say, you do know your way around a spanner, don't you? Beep boop. Now, little droid, let's not take offense. This is our very first customer after all. And a good mechanic proves their worth with action, not words. Well then, I've got an issue with my old steam buggy. She's been sputtering and stalling at the worst times. Nia left me stranded last night. Think you can have a look? Now, this is a bit tricky because there is no real guidance on how to do things. We have a few things we can look at, the paint, some wheels, but the important thing is our identifier thing, and obviously this is the customer's vehicle. Click on that. Now, we have this vehicle that we can look at. If we click on the blue, it lights up the engine in blue, and if we click on inspect, we can inspect the engine. As you can see, there is a little red thing there that we can click on. I haven't clicked on it yet. If we click on the pink and then inspect, we have the wheels, and if we click on the yellow and click inspect, so the wheels we have to replace, the engine we have to fix, and the paint we have to paint over, obviously, repaint. But the only problem here is the engine. So we have discovered the issue. Well, would you look at that? The automaton inspector's got some life in it yet. Seems like we found the problem. Now let's get to work. Beep boop. And what we then do is click on the bike, and it brings up this display. Now this display is a pain in the butt. To anybody who's watched people play Among Us or play themselves, obviously the design is quite familiar. I'm not sure where it's originally from, but that's where I first saw it. You have to click these and drag them down, but the place where you click and the place where you drag to has to be quite precise, because if you click here it doesn't do anything. If you click here it doesn't do anything. There's sort of the very edge of it that you have to click, and I found that very frustrating, very hard to figure out, things like that. Also, there's not much guidance as to how to fix this. I mean, I just knew because I knew, but to somebody who's never seen this before, they'd probably be like, what? Especially since this area is a bit tricky. And haha, why, she's purring like a factory fresh steam engine. You really do have that old mechanic's gift, don't you? Here, for your troubles. It's only fair to pay for a job well done. I'll be sure to tell the lads down at the pub that the shop's back in business. You'll have customers lining up in no time. Well done, my grandchild. Your very first commission is completed, and you've already started making a name for yourself. But my, hasn't the day escaped from us so quickly? A mechanic's got to have a place to rest their head after a long day's work, and you have definitely earned it. Why don't you head out back and see if you can find my old house? Beep boop. So we go back to the general view, back to the office. We can have a look at our desk. We made 100 steampunk dollars, and we can then go outside. This is blocked off, this is blocked off. This is our house. We live on the other side of this building to the workshop for some reason. So we go home. Ah, my old home. It's seen many days, many ideas, many late nights tinkering away at inventions that have never quite made it to the big leagues. And now it's yours. You've had quite the eventful first day, haven't you? Go on, rest up. Tomorrow's a new day, and who knows what excitement it may bring. Beep boop. So we have a sleep. And the game auto-saves, and we start day 2. Beep boop. Another day, another gear to grind. Let's see what commissions we've got lined up today. Alright, so if we go back here, we need to start this up again. And we have a ding. Somebody is at the customer window. I need my vehicle looked at. Okay, so now we get no further information about the customer, the vehicle, anything like that. We just say accept. I'm not sure why. Back to the workshop. Back to the close-up of the workshop. And here is the vehicle, and we use the examiner to have a look at it once we wake it up a bit. So now inspect the wheels. No, the engine. Oh, there's a mark there, so if we click on that, we have discovered it. Inspect the wheels. Zoom around them in the middle. This wheel seems fine. This wheel seems fine. Okay, and we have a look at the yellow. Anything? No. Now if we click this button, we flip it around for a different view. So, the engine. Do we see anything else on the engine? No. The wheels. No. And the paintwork. Oh, there's something there. Anything else? Can't see anything else. Where did that go? There. Right, so we found the engine and the paintwork. So if we click here, we get to do this annoying thing again. Already had so much trouble with this before. I seem to have found the knack now, but it was... Oh, he says too soon. This is what I'm talking about. It's finding the spot where you drag it is quite tricky. Work, you stupid thing. There we go. So the bottom right of it. Yeah, so the sort of bottom right corner of it seems to be the sensitive spot. Nice wires though. Alright, so that's done. And now this we have to get paint and then just paint all around. Basically hold down the left mouse button, wiggle the cursor while a shape is filled in. The first time I did this, it was like a steampunk cog shape. The square is a little bit more boring, but nevertheless, this is the mini game. Right, and then it goes all sparkly, and the customer's happy with us. And has gone away. And we have a new customer. Again, no information of any sorts, except go back. It's another bike. Inspect. Alright, let's Let's inspect the engine. Nothing on the engine, so no wires from this angle. Inspect the wheels. Nothing on that wheel. Nothing on that wheel. Paintwork. I don't. Oh, there we go. The okay, so it's just the paintwork. So now, if we click on that, paint, and we can do the painting thing again. Bit disappointed we haven't got a wheels one, because I'm going to stop showing the gameplay in a moment. But the wheels one, there's like 6 bolts, and you have to click furiously on them to undo them, and then on the wheel to take the wheel away, and then it zooms you out to the workshop view. You click on the wheels thing on the top left again, and it zooms back in, and then you just click more furiously to put the wheel back on and reattach the bolts. Lots of just clicking in the immediate region. Thank you. Alright. Oh, salutations and steam greetings. Good mechanic. I am Montague Cogsworth III, though friends and rivals may call me Monty. I was informed by a rather satisfied tinker that your establishment has reopened. Naturally, I had to see it with my own eyes and perhaps put it to the test. Monty Cogsworth, the eccentric race enthusiast, you've got your hands full, my grandchild. Beep boop. The bot's been really useless so far. Ah yes, guilty as charged. I've raced dirigibles through lightning storms, outpaced clockwork cheaters across the gilded flats, and once repaired a boiler mid-race with only a teacup and sheer determination. I do like his walking stick with a spanner end. It actually looks quite useful. But alas, even the mighty brass bullet is not impervious to wear and tear. Her wheels have gone the way of the wind, and her illustrious paint is peeling like day-old pastry. She deserves only the finest care, and I believe you may just be up to scratch. I mean, if he could do it himself. Besides, one must always support promising talent. It keeps the competition sharp. Yeah, so I'm going to stop there. There was nothing particularly new in examining this. Once you finish for the day, a sort of a shop opens up in... I wonder if we can actually go there. Like, the alley has a dealer in it that you can buy some things in, and the shop opens up with another person that you can buy things in. And that is the nature of the game. Oh, I actually see the customer there. So, yeah. So I am pausing at this point. That's all the gameplay I'm going to show for now. Look, I do recommend it. While the UI is a little bit clicky, the game still seems to be a lot of fun, and there's a good progression and storyline and so on. So I do recommend coming to play it. If that's all you want to say, then say. If that's all you want to see, then I guess that's all I have to say. Please click like, please subscribe to see more Itch.io game reviews, and please leave a comment, because I'd love to know your thoughts, and it's good for training YouTubers to what to do and all that kind of stuff. But really, I just want to have people comment. I want to say hi to people. And thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. And yes, the link is in the description, and I do recommend this game. It's just played through the browser, as you see, so it's worth it. Okay, however, if you are here to see the actual, apologies for the bird sounds in the background, if you're here for the actual critiques, well, as good as this game is, there is plenty to say. First of all, the UI in general and the explanations in particular as to how to play. There is actually quite a mixture here. First of all, let's just set the context. Not a lot of information on this game. It says it's a university group project, but was that for a course, or are they just university students teaming up? Who knows? Anyway, so yeah, it doesn't really give us much more information than that. I'm not going to go look at the dev thing. You can have a look if you want, but yeah. So this is not like a professional dev house. This is a group of people at the university who are either for the formal education or for their own desires, making a game, and bloody good job. And they are learning Unity and really good luck to them, because this is fantastic. So yeah, so that's the context. But look, the UI, there are a lot of really good elements in it. The design is very nice, but it's a bit dodgy. I mean, why can I not move this? Oh, there, I can. Like the place where you click, I'm not sure if it's because of the mouse is there, or because the drawing of the thing. You know, you can see while I'm clicking, it goes dark to say that you've clicked this. It should go dark when I have moused over the appropriate spot to start dragging it. So the mouse over should make it go dark, not the mouse click. You know, designs like that. Here's the credits. I mean, this is really good work. So, you know, these are obviously people who know what they're doing. But yeah, under the help, the game automatically saves your progress at the end of each in-game day. In timed mode, your high score is saved once the time runs out. I'm not interested in time mode. Anyway, so yeah, look, this is what am I trying to say? Okay, the polish is missing. The design is excellent. It just needs tidying up and work done on it. So that's my first critique, is that the UI needs a lot of polishing in terms of clickable areas, in terms of player feedback as to when the mouse is over something useful. I think a little bit of the problem is that my machine, my browser, is struggling a little bit with it, so there is a little bit of lag in the responsiveness, but that needs to be taken into account. So yeah, either draw more accurately the places where you can click on something and do something with it, or you know, do the color changes or some kind of responsiveness when the cursor is over something that can actually do something. Those would be my two, or my sort of two recommendations there. And for the whole UI, including the gameplay UI, I mean, if I go through to the device. Also, if something requires multiple clicks, it would be nice if there was some kind of sign of progress to tell you that, because you know, if I click on that and it goes dong, now then I'm waiting for it to happen. You know, it needs to go, or it's starting, or here's something that it starts to shudder a little bit and then shudder faster as you click on it again, and then it becomes more obvious that this is something that you have to click multiple times, other than the little micro hint during the tutorial type of thing. So and yeah, I mean, yes there is. Alright, let's just do this quickly and try and. I've showed you already the responsiveness during the bit where during that wires mini game really is not great. It needs a lot of work. And sort of the clickable area. Wow, there's can there be two things to click on in the wheels? Did you have to do it twice? No, probably not. So it's probably somewhere here. There we go. Alright, so are you going to give me the wires game? Yes. Yeah, this UI, I mean, is probably the biggest example of it. Now I'm clicking here where you would think the thing is, you know, but it isn't. It's not there. But down in the bottom left corner, where you really have to click around to find it, is the place. So that kind of fine detail is actually far more important than you think, because it's incredibly frustrating for the player to go, you know, to find where to click and where to drag, and without knowing whether it's their fault that they're not clicking in the right place, or you know, the game is bugged or broken or something like that. It's tricky. It's tricky. And for I mean, I knew how this game works, and I was wondering, you know, am I doing something wrong? Is there something else I need to do? You know, am I missing a tool or something like that? For somebody who doesn't know, they would be very confused and bewildered. So my recommendation is to spend a lot of time here making the UI more interactive. Right. The sounds. Okay, I mean, stepping back to the UI controls, the sounds in general are fine. Music is great. The console doesn't seem to work terribly well in the console. The UI doesn't seem to work terribly well in the start game menu, because I couldn't turn the sounds down there. Just nothing was responding to any of my clicks and drags and stuff like that. I thought it was just broken, and then I just happened to click on this to see what it would do, and bring these back, and then find where the actual clickable area was there. And I don't know, it was is not happy. So, but I am super happy to see the fact that there is, a sounds menu in here. So many games just don't have that, and it's always a nice thing to see. In terms of UI responsiveness, also during conversations, I sometimes feel, because I'm clicking to try and get the conversations to go. I mean, the text speed is maxed out, and it's sometimes it doesn't seem to respond to a click, and sometimes it seems to go through a second menu. I don't know if there's a bit of lag in the UI responsiveness and things like that. I don't know. It's something that's worth checking out. It's just make sure that the sort of the text controls are responding well to a click and not over responding to two clicks. It's I would say, I don't know what I would say. I mean, obviously you guys are the devs, you know a hell of a lot better than me how to clean that up a bit, but it's also something that needs a bit of focus. But I was talking about the sounds. The sounds are fine. I like the chings. I like the clinks of the cars being fixed and all of that kind of stuff. I think it's great. The music is actually pretty cool. I just turned it down because it was a bit relentless and going. It could be a bit more themed to steampunky noise. I don't know. And more sounds in the workshop, and the gentle rattle of the generator in the background and all that kind of stuff. That would be nice. More sounds. We need more sloshes while you're painting, and buzzers while you're fixing the things, and all of that kind of stuff. There can be a lot that can be done with the sounds, and a lot of them are missing. So I would love to see more sound work done there. But as it is, sounds, no complaints. The artwork, the game is beautiful. I mean, look at this. The designs of the vehicles and designs of the workshop, and as you can buy more stuff, I saw more stuff appearing there, and all those kind of things. I mean, it's lovely. I saw there was a bunch of stuff for the office as well, so this can be fleshed out a lot more. In terms of the storyline, I would probably add a line somewhere to say that the grandfather had to sell up a lot of his stuff to explain why everything's missing, and things like that. I don't know, or maybe sort of creditors came in and took things. I don't know how best to explain it there. But yeah, no, definitely the art is gorgeous. The game feeling, well, we've already spoken about that, how a lot of the elements here and there are just not quite as responsive as they could be. Other than that, I mean, the game design is fantastic. I know where I'm going. I understand how things look and where they work. I'm not quite sure why we have to do this thing with the generator, because it doesn't seem to be related anywhere. It would be nice if this generator bit had a bit more of a game mechanic in it. I'm guessing that was the intention. The design was to do it. Also, where does this pipe go? And just in terms of that kind of gameplay mechanic feeling, and that, and also another UI critique along that line. But put a few more things in the corners here, maybe sort of surrounded by ornate steampunkery cogs and things. But I'd love to see how much money I have on the screen here. I'd love to have a little drop down that tells me what I'm working on, and that kind of stuff. Just put more UI around the window, because it is a little bit empty. And I mean, yes, I know I'm not supposed to have. Well, I mean, I'm a steampunky person. Surely I have a hat with, a top hat with fancy things that drop down in front of my face and tell me information and things. There's that kind of stuff. Also, this vehicle seems to be over the view there, over the machinery. A bit of a layering error. So I mean, there's and I can see hints of a lot more stuff coming in the sort of the near future in terms of the game design and stuff like that, and the sort of the game feeling. So I'm looking forward to that. But it's worth noting that there could be a little bit more detailing in terms of interacting with the player. Yeah, don't forget to tell the player what's going on, because players do not want to be in the dark, as it were, into how the game is treating them, what's happening around the game. So yeah, more UI information, please. I shouldn't have to go all the way back to the office to see one tiny bit of information that tells me I've made $300. Like, what's the, put it here on the screen in a thing that I can click and drops down in front of me. Yeah. Right, and then the final question is the immersion. I mean, obviously the basic storyline is very well set up. You're the grandson. You've inherited the workshop. I think that could be fleshed out a little bit better. Someone needs to do a bit more writing there. It's a bit weird that the grandfather is I've left you this message to tell you to take over. And then suddenly is an AI hologram telling you things. I'm guessing there was a change made in the storyline progress and things. I'm guessing the bot is supposed to have told you all of that kind of stuff. Maybe I do like the holographic vision of grandfather. There must have been some interesting art done. I don't know. I think more explanation as to why the workshop is stripped down to a desk and sort of 2 bits of equipment that are a bit dodgy, some wheels and things. Like, why has all the shelving gone? Why is the office pretty much empty? I don't think you get to look around the home, but what happened? Where's the background there? And yeah, maybe some kind of goal as well in the law to say you have to make a certain amount of money in a certain number of days, otherwise you're going to lose it and be forced to sell for a pittance. And just something, sort of a future goal, even if just not a very extreme one. It just needs to be there to sort of give the player some sense of purpose, and a bit more of the background as to why we are in such a terrible state. Or why is everything missing? Why is the workshop down to its bare minimum? And just visually, maybe a tool rack or something over here, because where am I getting the spanner to undo the wheels? Where's the pliers to connect the wires, stuff like that? Am I using my bare hands? What's going on? So yeah, those are really just my comments, and don't let my nitpickiness confuse you. I am really loving this game, and I really want to see it fleshed out and filled out a lot more and become a more intensive game, because I think the steampunk game market needs a lot more work done to it. No, seriously, keep going with this, please, because I want to see more of it. And we've already got to the 30-minute mark, so I've gone over on this, and I need to stop talking. But I am really excited to see this game and where it's going, and I am excited to show other people this game. So please come and play if you are still watching for the critique. Devs, please continue to work on it, because this is stunning, and I can see this game going places. The steampunk community is, I think, fairly small but very, very intensive, so they will be enthusiastic about supporting this game. And to thank you for watching, and I hope I've done the game justice, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks and goodbye.